All right. Welcome back, everyone. We are on Game Dev Daily number 6. It is January the 8th. And in a actually crazy turn of events, I think for the first time ever, I'm going to remember to put on some lo-fi because no music is kind of not as cool. So we're just gonna play some lo-fi. Probably by Game Chops. I'm a big Game Chops fan. So I'm just finding a lo-fi. Where are their playlists? I want the big lo-fi albums. How do I see the big ones? Just play the Zelda one? Just play the Zelda one. Alright. I say we just play the Zelda one. Okay, hopefully that plays okay. Stream and save. Oh yeah, I think this is fine. Bum, 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 bum. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Ree's still out. There you go. Okay, cool. I'll shout it out there. If you want lo-fi, go Game Chops. They are pretty good. Just for like random video game lo-fi. Okay, let me pull this over here. I guess I want it over here. Lovely. Okay, alright. I think I might turn it down ever so slightly. There we go. I think that's a good volume. Cool. I think it should be fine. I'm not like checking my levels, but I guess I am looking a bit. Maybe a little quieter. That's okay. I think we're finally. Yeah, I'm happy with this. Okay. I mean, look, if someone joins the stream and is like, "Yo, I can't hear a single thing you're saying over the music," then that's that. But I'll listen back to it later. Okay. Let's get going. I'm actually starting a bit late tonight, so it's probably only gonna be a short stream, I think. But that's fine. We'll try and get some cool shit done. Okay, so I'm trying to remember what we left off with last time. I'm absolutely knackered. What did we do? We added the wall sprite. If I kick off Unity. Give it a second to just load up. Alright, so we made this new wall sprite, and then I think we worked on making a bunch of the physics a lot better. Oh my god, the spacebar. I'm on like a temporary keyboard right now because my old one just self-destructed. And this keyboard's a little sus, but that's fine. Oh yeah, we were doing the physics changes, that's right. I guess I'll finish that off then. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. Okay. Because right now, sometimes it doesn't pick up my jump commands. Yeah, so we're gonna fix that. Okay, that's my goal for this stream then. Okay, well let's pull it up. Game Dev Daily number 6. Fix the shit out of my inputs. Okay, so here's the problem, right? we have code that gets inputs, and it runs inside this check inputs function. Now, check inputs can be called in two places. It can be called in update, or it can be called in fixed update. Now, the thing is, I kind of need the input checker to happen in the update function, because it's going to check every single frame what key the user is pressing. The problem is if I put it inside of the fixed update function, sometimes if my frame rate is too fast, I'll lose frames, basically. Yeah, because my frame rate could be higher than the fixed update, and then if I press a key down, it's not going to register it. Is basically the issue. And the reason that happens is, and what we see here, right? So I've kind of put a Boolean value inside the check inputs, which is called inside the uncapped update. And what this is going to do is we have two jump Booleans basically we check for here. We check if we've pressed the key this frame, and we check if we are currently holding down the key. Now, when it comes to holding down the key, this works fine whether it's in update or fixed update. Either way, there's no issues, and we don't have any problems with this on both ends of it. So, because all it's going to do is we're holding down the key, and that will always return true as long as we're holding it down, and it doesn't matter if it's fixed update or regular update, it's always just going to be bouncing true back, so we don't really care. Now, the issue is this pressed Boolean. Now, this get key down function checks the frame that I press the button. So if I hold down the button for, say, 3 frames, the first frame, it will return true, and then the next 2 frames, it will return false. Even though the button is being pressed, it only checks the first frame you've held it. And to reset that, you have to let go of the button. So I could, like, press the button, frame 1, press it, frame 2 release, frame 3 press it, and then it'll give me true, false, true. But if I hold it down for all 3 frames, it'll be true, false, false. If I hold it down for 2 frames and let go, it's true, false, false as well. So the issue is that this update function can run too fast. The frame rate can be too high. And if I have the frame rate set to, like in this case, like imagine the frame rate is twice as fast as the fixed update. The fixed update is running, I believe it's 50 times a second. So the fixed update basically runs at 50 FPS. Well, not F. It runs at 50 updates a second. Now, the issue is, if we have more than 50 frames a second, where are we? In the update script, like let's say our application's running at 100 frames a second, right? It's gonna call this update function 100 times every second, but the fixed update that checks the physics is only running every 2 of those frames. And what that means is that when we press the jump key, the first frame it returns true, but before it can run the fixed update, it runs update a second time, and that second one returns false, and then when the fixed update runs, it's set to false now. That's the issue we have. So we basically just need to have a thing in the fixed update that says we've ran the fixed update. The physics has ran. So we're gonna add in another bool. And I'm just deciding where I want to put it. I think I'm going to put it up here. So I'm going to call it, I'm going to make it private. Private bool, has checked inputs. Okay, and then this is like really simple. all we do is at the start of fixed update, we set has checked inputs to... Actually, I guess we do it at... No, we do it at the end. So it's the last thing that happens. Has checked inputs equals true. This happens at the end of the fixed update because it says, hey, we did all our physics. So we've checked what our inputs were. And then, before we go to check inputs, we check if we've already checked our inputs. So if can move and has checked inputs. Is this right? Okay, hold on. Let me run this through. Has checked inputs is equal to true. So once we've checked our inputs in the fixed update, then we're good to check our inputs in this update. And then we set, after this, we set has checked inputs to false. I don't know. Does and equal just invert it? Is that what that does? And equals operator. Performs bitwise and. I think it just flips it. Yeah, it's like flipping the bit. So in this case, it's just swapping it from 0 to 1. That is interesting. I'm just gonna make it equal to false though. I like that a bit more. It's a bit more easy to read. Okay, so we'll check our inputs and then set has checked inputs to false. Okay, actually, let's not call it check inputs then, because now it's a bit unclear. So let's say has registered. I think I like a bit more. Has registered inputs. And then I'll just update these. I should use find and replace, but I'm dumb. And then all I actually have to do is apply input physics. I have in here. So I can get rid of this now, I'm pretty sure. Or I can leave it in. Does it really matter? So this is where we used to do it. We used to do it all here. Okay, so like what I should be able to do... But this also does the movement as well. Has registered inputs is equal to true. I think this is going to work. I'm trying to think if this would have any weird outcomes. Also, my stream doesn't particularly... I don't know why my computer has issues with playing music at the same time. It's streaming. Anyway, that's fine. Okay. Trying to think if I need to do anything different. Check inputs. As are just, yeah. I hope that buzzing is not audible in the recording, but maybe it is. Input, get key, left key. Because I'm doing physics stuff here. Because this is apply input physics, but it's only actually doing the jump stuff. Okay, what I'm gonna do is comment this out, I think. Comment this out, I'll comment this out, and we'll uncomment the code that you used to do. So I don't need this anymore. And I can uncomment this stuff. That's fine. Okay. And if I've done this right, it should work. If we're allowed to move and we've already registered our inputs. So, which this is basically has ran fixed update. Then we can check for more inputs. So it's like limiting our inputs to every fixed update instead of every frame, basically. Now, there is some issues here, which is, let's say that our frame ends a split second before the update would run, then we kind of are waiting a bit longer, but it's going to be so minuscule, I think it won't matter. And it's also worth noting that if the frame rate is low, then has registered inputs should always be equal to true, basically, because this will get executed and then fixed update will run before the frame rate gets updated again anyway, so this will always be true. So this is only capping our input registering if the frame rate is higher than the fixed update rate. Okay, and so hopefully I'm just correct and not dumb. So we're gonna try... Okay, I can move left and right just fine. And yeah, it's not... Yeah, there's really no noticeable delay on it. And our jump works. Okay. If I spam the jump button, am I ever not allowed to jump? Oh, that time it looked like I didn't jump. I don't know if it's because I tried to jump too early though. There, it didn't let me jump there either. There as well. Okay, so it hasn't solved the problem. Why is that? It's coming down to this. Okay, actually, I think I know why. All right, so the issue is that even though we're limiting when we run check inputs, the value of this key doesn't matter. So I think I do have to do the Boolean solution then. Okay, so we're going to try the other solution that I had, which was we're going to undo all this, put all this stuff back in. And then all that we're going to do is the held key doesn't matter, but for the jump press, I need to check if we have registered inputs to update it. If has registered inputs. And if we have, then we can set the value of jump pressed. Otherwise, we don't want to set this. So for all the get key downs, we need to have this. And I think this should resolve the problem now, I hope. And so in this case, the physics is happening based on this Boolean value, rather than the... It's happening based on jump key press, rather than the result of this function. Because even though I'm delaying when I run check inputs, this function doesn't care. However, if I prevent this function from even running, if I haven't registered my inputs yet, then it will work properly. Should it? I'm trying to think now if this is going to make any difference. Alright, I mean, we should just try, see what happens. This might be the exact same problem, though. Yeah, it looks like it is. Yeah, okay, I still have the same issue, okay. Alright, so it doesn't fix it. Because at the end of the day, we're basing this off this value. And it doesn't matter if we prevent it from running, because when we do run it, the result is still going to be the same. What's the solution for this problem? I can cap the frame rate. Cap frame rate. Unity. How to limit the frame rate. Disable VSync and set the target frame rate like this. Yeah, so actually that's another thing worth noting as well. If we were to enable VSync, because I believe it's off right now. If I turn VSync on, then I should never miss inputs. I'm pretty sure. So enabling VSync. And I think now there's no way for the, oh, okay, maybe I'm just wrong. Is it not a frame rate problem then? Oh, it totally isn't. Because if I have VSync on, it should be running at 60 FPS, I think. Okay, hold on. Let's just look up the issue then. Unity get key down, not registering. Yeah, okay. No, here's the problem. So what's the solution there? If you want to continuously do stuff when key is held down, use input.getKey. If you want to do something once and the key is pressed, use the input.getKey down. We got that. Now detect when button's released, yada yada. Don't use getKey down inside fixed update. GetKey down only returns true for the single update call. And as soon as the key change saved, because fixed update runs at a regular schedule, this may cause it to miss. Yeah, okay, that's what I know. So, I mean, I guess at the end of the day, I can just have some of the physics happen from the update script. Rather than from the fixed update. Because the fixed update kind of only matters if you're pressing the button, right? Whereas the regular update cares about... The regular update cares about you holding down the key. So like maybe the solution to this problem... Okay, well, this Boolean stuff didn't do anything, so let me get rid of this. Look at all these that I added, and they don't do anything. Okay, I'm gonna delete all this stuff. Oh, I accidentally deleted the right key. Whoops. Here, it's back. Okay, so it's going to complain about this, which I'm not using anymore. We don't want this anymore. We don't want this because they didn't do anything, and now this stuff. So I think what we're gonna want is in the fixed update, I apply the physics for holding down the key. I feel like there's got to be a better way to do this, probably. Okay, this is get key down, which would be for the pressed, and this one should just be get key, like so. Okay, so initial jump, I'm gonna remove out of the fixed update, and we're gonna place up here. And now I legitimately think this will actually make it work properly. I hope. I mean, I have to imagine, right? surprised there's not just like very obvious and readily available material about this online. Seems like a problem that lots of people would encounter. But I don't know, I guess maybe not. Alright, let's give it a spin. So my guess is now I should never miss a jump. Which I believe is true. My second question though is, will my prolonged jumps get eaten at all? That's kind of what I'm concerned about. Okay, we're jumping at a consistent height. And it looks pretty good. Okay. So I guess it's okay to apply physics in the update script if it's only physics that happen on key press instead of key hold. If it's key hold, then I want to run those physics inside a fixed update because that will give me a very set amount of times we call that, like a consistent amount. But for key press, I want to do it in the regular update so that it always registers the press and applies the physics then and there. Which is a little... Yeah, okay, I would not have thought of that. Like that you want to have your physics in two separate updates. But I mean, this has solved the problem at the very least. I really can't complain about that. So what I'm gonna do is these movement inputs should not be happening here. They should be happening in the fixed update script. So in apply input physics, I'm gonna put it here. I'm gonna call it apply held input physics. Actually, let's just call it apply held inputs. And then I'm gonna also have another function called apply pressed inputs, which will be called here. So I'm gonna copy this, paste it, remove all the content, apply pressed inputs, and this is going to be called here. And I think, well, actually check inputs is kind of just apply press inputs. Okay, so maybe I should just rename this to apply pressed inputs then. Yeah, okay, that's fine. So I'll rename check inputs to apply pressed inputs then. And we'll get rid of this. And I'm going to move this update script. I'll put it above the fixed update, I guess. Fixed update is targeted. Oh no, is fixed update runs 50 times a second. Okay, so update's called once a frame and it checks for pressed inputs. Fixed update runs 50 times a second and checks for held inputs, or applies held inputs. Okay, and with this, I think we are finally all set. And so probably what we were seeing before is that there was some inconsistencies in the acceleration moving left and right because of that setup, which I should have now resolved. Because I had a max speed cap, it wasn't really possible to notice those differences. Also, interesting, I got stuck in the corner there. Huh. Okay, I don't know, anyway. Yeah, because there's a max speed cap, you couldn't really notice the difference, whereas it was obvious on the jump, because the jump eventually goes down due to gravity. So we could just verify it based on our height. Okay, so there's obviously stuff in other scripts we're also going to have to move out of fixed update. Like the big jump, I'm pretty sure. Boing. Can I do this and hold the jump button? No, I don't know. Maybe this is just the correct height. Trying to figure out if that is consistent. I think it is. Okay, all right. I think we're reasonably happy. Bzz, bzz. Just jumping around the map now. I'm not really actually doing anything. Oh, I can't jump nearly high enough to make that now. Wasn't I able to jump high enough earlier? I guess with the broken jump physics, we could get up there. Now it's like not even close. I can do that. Okay. I should do something else. Oh, we resolved that problem. That's cool. Okay, what do we want to do? I kind of want to make a new spell. I want to make the Thorn spell, I think. The huge fuck off. Tactical missile. So should we start working on that? Let's just mess around with particles. I'm going to mess around with particles for like half an hour. I think that's what we're going to do for the rest of the stream. Now, particles are fun, and I haven't used them in a while, so... yeah, let's see how that goes. The question is, where is the particle system? Here it is. Okay, we are going to mess around with this thing. I don't know what I did, but I didn't mean to. I think I deleted it. Effects, particle system. Oh my god. Okay. I'm realizing now that it's trying to make me name it. So I'm like trying to press hotkeys and I'm deleting it instead on accident. Particle system, enter. Okay, there we go. Alright, so here is your default Unity particle system, and it shits out these little balls. And we can point them in different directions, and they have a lifetime, and yada yada yada. It's a 2D game, so I don't think we can rotate it around the Z-axis. Oh, we probably can actually. Oh, we can up here. So I could like rotate it. So currently I'm just rotating around the X-axis. Also, how does this rotation work? Oh, it's like that. Okay, I figured it out. If I rotate it around the Y-axis, what does it do? Okay, it points to like the camera, as we can see. And same with the Z-axis as well. I think it does the same thing. Oh, no, this spins it around. It's the direct... Okay, okay. Oh, so that's how I'm going to get what I want, then, probably. Well, okay, my goal is I want to make like a vortex of particles that spin around an object, right? So let's see if we can do that, huh? Maybe I should... Kind of debating... Okay, I'll just leave it as is. It's fine. All right. We're going to shrink it a little bit. So this is, we want to make it in relation to the player. Because imagine our player is holding like a huge, massive javelin thing above us. Okay, I think that's like around the range we want. So there's a lot of crap we can do with the particle system. So let me drag it somewhere. Oh, I don't like that. I'm wondering if I can make the scene bigger. Or like, can I shrink? If I pull console here and project here. Oh my god, I figured it out. That's actually so much better. Oh my god, okay, I've just made the stream like 10x more watchable. Okay, okay, this is way better. You can see way more of the Unity scene now. Okay, now, start color, I want to be red. So it's going to start red, and I want, is there an end color as well? Color of a lifetime. So then what happens if... That doesn't do shit. blend classic. Oh, okay, I see now. I see. Oh, okay, I see the issue here. All right, so I need to make the base color of the particle I actually want to be white. And then the color blend I can apply to it will apply over the white. If I can figure out how to use this, which you'll have to bear with me. See, okay, we're red and we go white, so that is what I want. And I want to be like a pretty dark red. And instead of going to white, oh, I can... Oh my god, the Unity editor is actually good. Who would have thunked? Okay, color of a lifetime. Please let me edit this. So I want it to end on yellow. How do I, It's kind of a little annoying to use, actually. It's like a bright yellow. Cool. Love that. And then I want it to be pretty orange in the middle. Which I guess it just does naturally anyway, so I should be able to delete that. Okay. So we have this particle system here that spits out a bunch of particles. Now, the first thing we're going to do is absolutely up the amount of particles. I'm going to reduce the duration a little bit. It's a little too long. 3 seconds. Might even still be too long, to be honest, but I'll leave it for now. Looping is yes. Start delay, no. Start lifetime. Wait, what's the difference between... Oh yeah, the lifetime reduces the... Okay, that's what reduces the length. I guess the duration is how long it plays for. I kind of want it to be forever. Oh, it's because it loops. Right, okay. Right, I understand how that works now. How do I play it? Yeah, stop playing. Particle system, I'd like you to play. Pretty low. No. Open editor. Close that. Alright, it's been a hot minute since I've used this. It stopped shooting up particles, and I want to know why. Emission, rate over time, 10. Okay, that's actually what we do care about. First of all, play on awake. What did I do? What did I do? Hello? How to pause particle system in Unity editor. No, I want to do it in the editor, man. How do I preview? How to preview particle system. In the top right, you'll see a layout. Change this. Oh no, default. Okay, I had it nice. But you still won't let me see the particles. What the heck? Where's my pretty particles? It was going so well. Oh, I figured it out. It's this thing right here. Okay, there's probably like a hotkey for it as well. So it loops, so it doesn't really matter how long I play it for. I kind of want it to play... Do I want... Okay, I don't know. It shouldn't really matter. Anyway, I'm going to leave it for now. All right, let's go through all the settings in the particle system, see what we can do. Start size 1. I think I'm gonna make it a little bigger. How big can they get? Maybe like 2, 3. I don't know, we can mess around with that a bit more later. I'll leave it at 2 for now. 3D start rotation. Don't think I want to rotate it. Start color, gravity source, gravity modifier, simulation. Stop action. Okay, emission. More. I mean, that looks alright. 40. Like this. You know, we're creating a big projectile. I need the cone to be smaller actually, which I can do like this. Like if I did this, it's kind of already, that's what it is. Oh, I see the issue. I don't actually want to make the cone smaller. I just want to make the arc. Rate over distance. No, I don't want to change that. Shape. Here's what I want to do. Shape cone. Can I do... I want to do like a helix. Can I do that? Sphere. So here's all the different shapes we can do. Cone. Donut. Box. Mesh under a sprite under a circle, edge, rectangle. So let's leave it at cone for now, and I'm going to reduce the angle to like 15. There we go. Radius thickness, arc. What does this do? 180. Okay, I don't know what the arc does. Ping pong. Oh! What do you know? They just have a thing for it. That's awesome. Very cool. If I put any spread on this, it doesn't like it. Okay, I don't know what the spread does. What if I do -1? Okay, negative spread does nothing. Speed 2. Oh yeah. Okay, this is kind of what we're looking for. All right. Bear with me. Emit from base volume. Not base. Texture, non-position, rotation. Okay, I found it. 1. Wait, 360. Oh, this is the rotation of the... I see. Oh, interestingly enough, it is actually a helix. Oh, that's very cool. So what I'm hoping this means is, if I put it at the same Z layer as my character, I'm hoping the particles will go in front and behind. Rotation, scale. So where are you? Where's my character? Z at 3. So put Z at 0. Oh, it looks a bit weird, eh? Looks a bit wonky. It's the whole thing. I wonder if that's how it looks in the game, though. Like, if I run the game, is it going to look like that? Why does it do that? That's so weird. So my hope would have been that it kind of like, these particles are like rotating around the character. I mean, it's like I wouldn't put the character here, I'd put something else. But it doesn't work like that. That's really weird. Okay, I'll keep messing with it for now. So shape, we can adjust a bunch of stuff here. Randomize direction, spherize, randomize. No, that's all fine. Velocity over lifetime. I think I leave that as is. Inherent velocity lifetime, force over lifetime. What's the difference between force and velocity? Oh, okay. All right, that's just applying a force on one of these directions. Yeah, okay. I don't actually care about that. Color by speed, don't need that at all. Size over lifetime. Would I ever want to change this? Would I ever want to change the size of the particles? I don't think so. Size by speed, rotation over lifetime. No, rotation by speed, external forces. What are we? Multiply, influence, no. Noise. I think a little bit of noise is cool, actually. The noise just kind of like adds a bit more random distribution. But do I want it to be more? The noise is pretty neat. Strength, frequency, scroll speed, damping, octaves, quality, remap. So like in terms of like these mapping things, I have no idea. Like the actual noise map it uses, I don't know where. Okay, I didn't need any collision. No triggers, no sub-emitters. Lights. What does this do? Yeah, let's probably not touch the light, that's fine. I don't need trails. No. What I think I do want is I want the base to be a bit... I want it to just be a bit wider in general, actually. Right, but again, I have to do it in shape. So scale on the... I don't know which axis it is. It is that axis. Okay, and then we want to tighten the arc a bit more. So 10 degrees, maybe. Maybe it's a bit too scaled. 1.5. Yeah, okay, something like this. Because what I want to be able to see is I want to be able to see the rotation at the base. Because it's going to go around this giant, like, lightning spear that I'm going to put through it. So actually... because of that, I'm going to update this color to make it a bit more orange. Something like this. And then what we do is we add a second particle system. So I'm going to make an object. I'm going to call it Thorn. If you know the reference, you know it. If you don't worry. And I'm going to add a second particle system. So can I play all the particle systems that are under this? It's not going to let me, is it? Like, I want to play them in conjunction. Oh, I can highlight multiple at once. Okay, that'll do. Happy with that. And then I'm going to add another particle system in here. And now, if I select both, we can see both of them playing at once. Multiple particle systems. Yeah, okay, which I don't want right now. Okay, so this is going to be, I'm going to call it Helix. Actually, it's not really a helix, spiral. And then this is gonna be bolt, let's say. Okay, and now for bolts. Shape. Oh, it's a cone, but it's currently like... It's like facing... that's interesting. What's the, it's a Y rotation of 90. Yeah, okay, which is the same as negative 270. Okay, we're gonna do this. We're going to put this... In fact, I'm gonna give this spiral for the time being. I won't give it any X rotation. I'll just make it 0. Okay, and then bolt's gonna also have 0 X rotation. Now, I have to scale it down a bit because it's really big for some reason. I don't know why. Okay. And now, the thing with the bolt is the bolt's gonna... I want the particles to travel way faster, and they're gonna be like yellow. It's gonna be like really bright yellow. In fact, what I'll do is I'll also do a color over time. I could do color by speed as well. Just color over time, whatever. Color over lifetime. I'm gonna come in here. We're gonna set this to be a really pale yellow, and it's gonna end more of a deeper yellow, like here. Or maybe I want to invert it. I don't know. I haven't really decided actually. Like that. Maybe that's better. I'll leave it like this for now. We'll give it a look in a second. Okay, and now I want to make these particles really fast. That it's got to have a super tight arc. So cone's fine. I need this shape. No, not the shape. What's the not emission? It is shape, right? Where's the arc? Angle. That's what I need. Like 5. Yeah, that's probably fine. It's too small is the thing. What's the scale I have on this? 0.2. Okay, so I'm not going to use the inspector. I'm going to use the particle system scale. So it's 0.2 times 1.5. So it should be like 0.3, right? So 111, and then 0.3, 0.2, 0.2. Oh, why does that look crap? Okay, I think I'm gonna redo it with the scale set to 1, because that's what it should be set to. Okay, so it's looking like this, which is what I want. It's just too big. So I want to scale all of this stuff down. How come it has no effect? Scale the emission. Oh, it's the emission shape. No, yeah, that's fine, right? Oh, but that's gonna be... okay, I see what's happening now. So I guess I do just have to scale down the game object then. The particle system itself. But there's not really anything I can do here, right? Yeah, okay, fair enough. Alright, so we got this. I'm gonna come back here and we're gonna scale this hella down. Put it here. I wanna remove the... Oh, it doesn't have any rotation, that's fine. Okay, put this directly in the middle. It should be in line with it, basically. In fact, what I should do is make this 0, 0, and then I can do the same thing for this. It should be 0, 0, 0. And then this, parent object that can move around a bunch. All right. Now, what I actually want is the spiral should be a bit further to the right. So 2 is way too much, like 0.2 or something. Yeah, okay. And then bolts here. We're gonna up the emission. It needs to be way more, like 10x. Okay. The shape needs to change because it needs to have at 190 it should be 100. Leave it like that for now. I'll update it in a sec. The Y scale needs to be pretty low. So I actually want it to have like a really low entry point, but then the actual angle we can make bigger. Like 1. Ooh, way too much. 45. Yeah, something like this. Okay, that looks good actually. Okay, and then the speed needs to be way higher. The velocity is like so low. Emission. Where's the velocity? Here, right? Duration 5. Okay, I'm just gonna leave that. Start delay, start lifetime, start speed. Okay, I need to make this like way higher. Okay, and then the duration should be lower. Oh, I need a. Oh, it's not the duration. It's the lifetime. Start lifetime. This one. 1. Yeah, something like that. Okay, we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. Emission, I guess, needs to be higher. Probably even higher than that, honestly. Okay. I mean, we're kind of already there. Gotta be honest. Max particles 1,000 doesn't really matter. Simulation speed 1, gravity modifier, star color. Where's the size? Remember where I updated the size of these things? Emission. Shape. Cone, angle, radius thickness. No, I don't care about the shape. I care about the, where did I update the size of the particles? Arc was ping pong. Lifetime, speed, start size. There it is. It was there and I'm just blind. Start size. Okay. Maybe like 2. 1.5. Okay, so here we go. I've got this, which looks good, except the spiral like keeps jutting in and out. Can I turn the camera into like the 3rd dimension? I should be able to do that, right? I guess I can just rotate the thorn. Okay, interesting. So from this angle, it goes out like that, which I actually don't want. So I'm going to fix it from the back as well. And this is pretty simple in the shape. I just need to take the Z arc. Wait, no. The X. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's what I want to see. Now, what I don't get is why don't you work properly? See, now the issue is... Oh, also I shouldn't be doing that. Oops. So yes, I should be rotating. Okay, here's the problem I have, right? The problem I have is... the particles just jut in and out. Because I think it's based on the particle system position, not on the particles themselves. All right, let me see if I can figure this out then. Unity, particles, not layering properly. Find renderer. Render mode, billboard, stretch billboard, mesh. Okay, let me, I have them both highlighted, right? Let's take a look, see what we can do. Ooh, that ain't great. That ain't good either. Sort mode. By depth? By distance. None. What was here originally? It was not. Okay. Min render alignment. World. Flip, allow roll, pivot, visualize pivot, masking. Apply active color space. Layer individual particles. Unity. Sorting layers with particle systems. Hey everyone, I have a problem using Unity 2D and I have a particle system. The problem is simple. The particle system runs and works, but the particle system displays behind every single game object no matter what I do. Go to renderer and change order in layer. Which is not even... Oh, I can scroll down. Ha 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 ha. Order in layer. The thing is, I want to layer each... I would have thought that sort mode by depth would work. Cast shadows off, receive shadow, shadow bias, motion vectors, sorting layer. Light probes. So like if I give this like order layer 1 and then I place this over the player, I think it will always appear over the top. Whereas if I make it order at layer 0, it's going to bounce back and forth. In fact, it's not, it's just behind. But like if I rotate this, right? If I come in here and I rotate it. How do I get this to display properly? Grumble, grumble. Like, it's like the whole channel flips together. But I don't want it to do that. I want it to be based on what's closest to the camera. I feel like this is definitely resolvable. If I'm just smarter. Layer individual particles. Layer particles based on depth. Depth of field and particles. No, not quite what I want. Particle system depth sorting. It should be sorting based on the center of their bounding boxes. It's possible to bias this decision with the sorting fudge or to totally override it with sorting layers. Yeah, maybe I just can't do this, which is a little frustrating. But yeah, that's what I thought. They're basically sorting based off the center of their points, of their emitters. And since they're both at z equals 0, they kind of do this weird, like, back and forth. Which is what we see here. Because they're kind of both on top of each other, so they're just, like, alternating. I mean, if I were to do this, I would probably just place the bolt behind the spiral. That's like the bit. That would be like the unhappy medium. So it'd be like position -1. And then you'd always see... Yeah, it would look like this. Which looks fine. Like, don't get me wrong. It's still pretty cool, but it's not exactly what I'm looking for. I'd also need to narrow it even more, I think. I mean, I don't know, it looks pretty cool. Like, this is basically the projectile, and you, like, summon it, like, above your head, and then boom, and then it shoots out like a missile. And you can, like, rotate it and aim it. I don't really know how the aiming would work. I think it would, like, sit up, like, here, and then you would just rotate it like this. It's gonna have, like, a pretty, like, low rotation, though. Like, you shouldn't be able to rotate it that far. But you can just, like, aim it and then huck it. Maybe it'll rotate around the center instead, actually. I could have it work like that as well. I kind of don't know how I want to rotate it. Like, what the axis point I want it to be. Tough. But yeah, I should, like, code this spell next time. I think I need to wrap the arc a bit more. I guess I can quickly keep working on this a little bit. I want the spiral to have a little tighter of an arc. And probably shoot some more particles still. Or this ping pong thing. I don't know what this spread does, man. Wish I knew. Kind of just makes it look crap. Arc. 270. 180. What is this doing? What I actually want to reduce is the Y value, right? No. I'm actually very confused. Not that one, that's for sure. It's this I have to reduce, right? Yeah, there we go. 2, 1. It's not like that. It's not like that. And then I can reduce this to make it tighter. Oh wait, no, I want it the other way. No? It's not really what it's doing, huh? How do I reduce the amplitude? That's what I'm trying to figure out. I do have to do it the other way, right? 0.5? But then I have to tighten the arc more. Kind of just ends up looking the same, no? Maybe it's just a quantity thing. Maybe it's just shoot out more particles. No, it just makes it thicker. Which, by the way, what's a good amount? I also think I want the color at the end to still be a bit more red. I don't want it to blend too much into the... God, I'm killing my computer with this. I get like a bright red. I kind of like it being a bit more orange, actually. I mean... I'd say it looks pretty cool. I kind of want it to have a bit of a... I want the bolt to have a wind-up speed. Velocity over lifetime. No, like... Because the issue with this... Oh, I don't even know. Speed modified 2. Yeah, okay. The issue with this is I need it to only apply to the initial particles. I don't want it to be lifetime with the particles. I want it to be lifetime with the particle system. Which I don't know if you can do. It's like we have a start speed here. But I want the, Because what's going to happen is when we create this particle system, like watch what happens if I highlight both, right? And I stop it, and I start again. See how that like looks really weird? Because what I want is... It takes too long for the spiral particles to catch up, basically. Like, that's the effect I want, but... I mean, I don't know, maybe it's just fine. This is the kind of thing that I probably can just leave as is, and I can change it later, like who cares? I also like don't know how it's gonna look having like hand-drawn assets, and then like some of my stuff is just like particle systems instead of like animated stuff. I mean, I guess the idea is that I would like probably replace it with hand-drawn animated stuff later, but for right now, like particle systems easily look good enough. But like, okay, what I really want to happen here is these particles, right? I want the helix, the spiral, to wrap around the yellow ones, the bolt that goes through the middle. That's what I really want, but I don't think you can do that, which is really annoying because you just want the particles to render closer to the camera. Render... Yeah, but I just don't think you can. Unity render particles based on depth. I don't know. It's like I probably can. I bet there's a way to mess around with this renderer setting enough that you can get it to work. I'm just not familiar enough with it to know what I'm supposed to be doing here. Active color space, custom vertex streams. Like, there's just too much crap here, and I don't really get how it works. Like sort mode. Like, what is this? Draw order of the particles. They can be sorted by distance. Distance from the camera plane. Draw order of the particles. I mean, doesn't this sound exactly like what I want? But it doesn't work. Well, actually, right now the bolt's on a different one of them's on a different z-axis U. Like, why? It just doesn't work. It might be that this is only applying to the particles in its own particle system, which could be the case. Have two particle systems share the same sort mode unity. Particle system draw order with two particle systems. Sorting by distances for particles within a single system. For transparent game objects, the center of the line most determines the draw order. There's no way to have multiple extremely close objects with accurate depth rendering. See fighting. This is more obvious to translate subjects. Okay. Yeah, you just can't do it out of the box with Unity, it looks like. Dude, that just sucks. So you need to like have it be one particle system. Oh, it's so dumb, actually. You can have one particle system, have two emitters, I think. And you have to manually emit the particles. But that's like really dumb. I don't know why you can't do that. Anyway, that's fine. I'm gonna leave it here for now. I think that'll do me. Alright, so the plan is next stream tomorrow. We're gonna try and actually turn this into a proper projectile that we throw, and it just like zips and then it explodes. And it goes just like that. I don't really know how to like do like good explosions. Like that's something that I'm like really bad at, I think. But anyway, that's fine. We'll take a look at it and we'll see what we can do. I think first step is just to get it so that we can even throw it to begin with. Make it something that we can create this object, we can rotate it, and we can throw it and it just flies in the direction of its rotation. It's gotta go like very fast. I want the speed to be like insane. And I think I wanted to like get it to like leave a trail if I can as well. But I'll leave that for later. Anyway, for right now, I'll leave it there. And, oh, actually, I'm gonna put the bolt. I'm gonna put the bolt behind again. Like that. Okay, we'll leave it at that. Alright. Thanks everyone who stopped by tonight. Hope you learned something tonight. We kind of went over a whole bunch of particle system stuff, and I fixed up the key input stuff as well. So again, tomorrow we're going to actually try and code this and get it to like, you know, attack things and do a shit ton of damage is the plan. So you channel this big ass javelin thing and then you just piff it. Anyway, that's going to be it for me. Thanks everyone who stopped by for tuning in, and I will catch you all next stream. Have a good one.